When King Philip II died, the future of Macedon seemed uncertain. Across the kingdom, silence replaced celebration. The throne that had united Greece now stood empty, and many believed the empire would soon fall apart. Neighboring kingdoms watched closely, waiting for the first sign of weakness. Inside the royal palace, the atmosphere was heavy with uncertainty. Guards remained at their posts while nobles gathered in the Great Hall, wondering who could possibly lead Macedon through the dangerous days ahead. Then a young prince stepped forward. At only 20 years of age, Alexander walked through the palace with remarkable confidence. He had spent his entire life preparing for this moment. Trained by brilliant teachers and experienced commanders, he understood that wearing the crown meant accepting the weight of an entire kingdom. As he entered the royal council, every eye turned toward him. The nobles expected hesitation. Instead, they saw determination. One after another, they accepted Alexander as their new king. Outside the palace, thousands of Macedonian soldiers assembled beneath their royal banners. Alexander stood before them without fear. His calm voice and unwavering confidence inspired every warrior standing before him. The soldiers raised their shields together, pledging complete loyalty to their new ruler. But Alexander knew that loyalty alone would not secure the future of Macedon. His leadership would soon face its first great challenge. Inside the royal strategy chamber, maps covered the tables as experienced generals discussed reports arriving from across Greece. Every decision made inside that room would shape the future of the kingdom. Suddenly, an urgent messenger arrived at the palace. His report confirmed Alexander's greatest concern. Several Greek city-states believed Macedon had become vulnerable after King Philip's death. Some had begun preparing for rebellion, hoping to break free before the young king could respond. Many expected Alexander to remain inside the capital and defend his throne. Instead, he made a bold decision that surprised both his allies and his enemies. Without wasting a single day, Alexander ordered his commanders to prepare the army. Across Macedon, soldiers gathered their weapons, cavalry units saddled their horses, and supply wagons rolled toward the royal camp. The kingdom was preparing for a campaign that would decide its future. Soon, thousands of disciplined warriors marched behind their young king. The sound of shields, armor, and marching feet echoed across the valleys as the Macedonian army advanced toward Greece. News of Alexander's approach spread rapidly. In the Greek cities, council leaders gathered in urgent meetings. Some demanded resistance, believing the young ruler lacked experience. Others warned that underestimating Alexander could become a fatal mistake. As the Macedonian army reached the outskirts of one rebellious city, both sides prepared for a confrontation. The tension was overwhelming. Everyone knew that the decisions made in the coming hours would shape the future of Greece. As the sun rose over the battlefield, Alexander rode to the front of his army. Calm, focused, and fearless, he showed no sign of doubt. His confidence alone strengthened the hearts of the soldiers standing behind him. Before the battle could begin, representatives from the city came forward. They had expected an inexperienced ruler, but instead they found a leader who was prepared, disciplined, and determined. They quickly realized that resisting Macedon would bring only destruction. One by one, the city leaders accepted Alexander's authority. The gates were opened, and the rebellion came to an end without a major battle. It was a victory achieved through strength, confidence, and decisive leadership rather than unnecessary bloodshed. The news spread across Greece with incredible speed. Every kingdom now understood that the young king who had inherited Philip's throne was far more capable than anyone had imagined. Alexander had secured his kingdom and proved that age would never define true leadership. But this was only the beginning. Beyond the mountains lay the greatest empire the world had ever seen, the mighty Persian Empire. Alexander's ambition reached far beyond Greece, and soon he would begin a campaign that would change the course of history forever. In the next episode, the young king will take his first steps toward conquering the Persian Empire, beginning one of the greatest military campaigns in human history.